Hey everyone! Okay, so it's been a month since our first gardening video.
Yeah.
And yeah, we still have birds around all over the place, so it might be a little noisy. But yeah, it's been a month. We told you guys that we keep all of you updated on the state of our garden. G's gonna go through that again. First of all, I just want to say, we posted our video, or we shared our video with a Facebook group called Calgary Gardening, and they've been extremely helpful. A lot of really good tips, advice. So if you're watching this and you're from that group, thank you so much. But yeah, let's go through our... and by the way, we do have an episode 1, so we're going to put that link to that in the video description below. But yes, G, over to you.
Yes. Okay, so in our first gardening video, we said that it's our first time gardening here and we didn't know how it will turn out. But look at what we have. I think it's quite successful. Some of it are, some of it are not. But if you remember in the first video, so this plot of land was bare. Now we have several plants thriving in it. So we have chives. These chives, okay, admittedly, we didn't plant this from seeds. This was given to me by a colleague. But these spring onions, we planted it from zero, from scratch. And we've managed to harvest, I think, several times already from these spring onions. And look at the kale. I think this is my favorite among the plants because they grew so well.
It wasn't actually supposed to be kale at first, right?
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be kale. We're supposed to plant like chili,
yep,
seedlings and okra or something. But our chili, it didn't grow.
The ones in seed, yeah, didn't grow.
Yeah. So we bought a kale. Remember, like we bought a pot of kale with like different kinds of kale in it. And look what we have now. So many healthy
And we've
kales.
harvested some already.
Yeah, we've harvested some. And if you look at those, there's basil there. That used to be in the planter up there, but I moved it because at that time it wasn't growing. So I thought maybe it's better if we plant it on the ground. And oh my God, I have to show you a funny but also a frustrating incident with our corn.
Oh wait, before that, so we actually, in the previous video, we talked about the pinwheels, and we say that we bought this as a cheap alternative to fencing everything up or netting everything up. Well, G, did it work?
No, because we saw the squirrels like playing with the pinwheels.
Yeah.
So evidently, they're not scared of the pinwheels. But okay, so you see this big corn here? There used to be 3 plants. One there, one here, and one here. But this is the only one that survived. There's one here.
We don't know what ripped out the other 2.
Yeah, we don't know what.
My guess is squirrels.
Yeah, but it's here. It's like ripped out. And then we have strawberry. And I think the seedlings from arugula grew. So it's this, it's that. Although it's sometimes very difficult to identify it because there are also a lot of weeds growing. But this looks like arugula. So these are arugula. If you look at this, so this is one of the tomato plants that we bought. I think when we bought it, it was just until here. So we planted it here and look, it's flowering. So hopefully all of these flowers will become fruits later on. And there's one of the peppers.
Oh, I didn't even realize we have more kale.
And we have more kale here. But look, something dug it out. And something also ate it up. And these are bok choy from seedlings, so I think they're growing well. There are also other bok choys inside because I wanted to protect them from all the bunnies and hares. So yeah, we can take a look at it.
Okay, so this is where we direct sowed the chilies, okras and lemongrass. And yes, there have been some changes, some additions.
So there is potato there. We got a whole bunch of like potato roots.
From a friend. Thanks, Melanie.
Yeah, but I wasn't able to plant everything. I planted some, but I think only one grew. And then here, so I don't know if these are weeds or one of the seedlings that we sowed. So I don't know. Let's wait until they grow up a little bit. There's celery from a friend, and all the chives that were here. And this is the sweet potato. I think it's not growing well. I think it's because it's been raining so much. And from what I know, sweet potatoes like dry climate. So yeah, look at it. It's not as healthy as when it was first bought. And these are the mints that we had. Look at how much it has grown. So this is one type of mint. There's another type here. So it's also growing, so it's growing well. Okay, and I also forgot to mention, we found some garlic. So transplanted it here. But it looks like, I don't know if they're gonna survive. They don't look very happy with all the rain that we've been having. Because Calgary is usually, when it's summer, it's kind of hot apparently. But this year, it's been raining so much, like 3 or 4 days a week. Every week it rains. So yeah, a lot of the plants are not happy, but some plants are happy, like the kale. And also, this lilac tree in the last video, it didn't have any flowers
It was
then.
just buds, right?
Yeah, it was just small buds. And now it doesn't have that much flowers anymore, but it used to be like filled with flowers. If
And
you
now
could
they're
see
all over the
petals.
floor. So they're all over the ground. These are
Yeah.
all the dried up flowers.
So, we've replanted some of the tomatoes. This didn't grow that much, but it has more flowers now. And the fruits have grown much bigger, but they're still not ripe, I think. So they're still green. And these are some of the basil that we bought from Costco, I think. We bought an entire vase of basil. And because the pot was big and there were so many basils in it, so I transplanted some of them. This was the cilantro that we had. It's more bushy now. And oh my God, could you see that? I think those are ladybugs. So those are our friends. It's so bushy. And we have the flat parsley there. And some more spring onions. And this is the pot where the basil was from. So when we bought it, it was filled with basil, like one next to each other. So what I did, I cut some of it, I trimmed it, and made pesto. And now look, I think I trimmed it about like 2 weeks ago. And look, now it has more leaves again. And I wanted to show you this bok choys. So in the last video, we couldn't see the seedlings yet. We just sowed the seeds, but look now, they look healthy. And some of the arugula also, which were grown from seeds. And this is the carnation. We bought it, I think like probably a bit smaller than this. And yeah, it has more flowers now. And look at this, look at how big the leaves are. So this is the Brussels sprouts. So last month, it only looks like it only grew until here. So look at how much it has grown.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's grown so much. I had to replant it. I had to add more soil so that it could still grow. And romaine lettuce. So we bought it also from a nursery. And when we bought it, like, it's very small. Probably like this. But look at it now. It has so many leaves. So
Yeah, it's grown really fast. Like, how long do you think before we can harvest it?
we can harvest it already. I've already used some of it for my sandwich.
Oh,
so the
okay.
way that we harvest it is, I cut the outer leaves so that, you know, we have a steady supply of it instead of pulling it out. So I just cut out the outer leaves and it will grow. The inner leaves will grow. So yeah, steady supply of lettuce. And this tomato, it's overperforming. There's so many fruits. Look at that. I think there's about 20, probably close to 30 fruits. and it's very small. So what happened also is that at first, since it's very small, all of the fruits are touching the ground, and that's not good for the tomatoes. So what I did, we had these stakes from our Christmas decors last year. So I use it now as a stake for the fruit so that it stays upright and doesn't touch the ground.
Genius solution, actually.
Yeah. And see, there's still more fruit. So I actually don't know how it could sustain it. Like how could it supply all the nutrients that all the fruits need to ripen? Probably that's a wonder of nature. And look at this, the strawberry. The strawberry didn't grow that much, but it has had so many fruits. So like, I think this
one is ready.
to harvest.
Yeah, that's
So
ready.
We're gonna get that later. And then there's another one that's gonna ripen soon. And look at how many new flowers it has. So one.
Oh, there's another one here.
There's one here. So usually one flower means one fruit. So imagine how many flowers that, how many fruits is that, and this. It's just so exciting. And this is also another plant that's been thriving. So we have one here, and we have also like several here.
This has grown so much.
And it hasn't stopped flowering. Also here. So I think they liked whether it's rainy or sunny. They're just thriving. They're just happy and has been flowering so much.
And more kale.
Yeah, because
This was all from that one small pot, by the
yeah,
way.
and I harvested some of the kales already, but before the harvest, there's more kale leaves here.
Amazing.
And I mixed it with some of the bok choys there because I was running out of planters. And what was I? Okay.
So we got this one, and then
this viola and this geranium. It didn't have any flowers before, I
And
think.
this might have had a bit of a mishap yesterday.
Yeah, we didn't know what happened, whether it rained so hard or whether there's hail or strong winds. But look, our geranium had a beating. So all of the...
Yep, took a bit of a beating, and the petals are
See,
here.
the petals are here, the petals are there.
Here as well. So, yep.
Yeah, but this is so beautiful. Like, I keep on telling James, like, how... You look at the structure of it. So there's a lot of buds on top and at the bottom. And if all of them will bloom, it's like one entire bouquet. Beautiful geranium. And another tomato. This is the chocolate sprinkles.
So not much, actually only one tiny little one that's starting to grow over
there's
here.
one. Yeah, it didn't bloom as early as the other one, but I think now it's catching up. There's so many flowers there. So see,
Yep, over here.
it's very exciting actually to see them bloom and to see them fruit. So when we bought this sage, it's not as leafy as now, but now look at how lush it is. So nice.
Even the thyme as well. It looked pretty sad actually when we first got it.
Yeah, the thyme, it grew actually. Yeah, it spread out. It has a lot of leaves now. And there's one thyme also that I planted outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this is
More basil again.
more basil. Yeah, when we bought that basil, it's $10 for that big pot.
And yeah, really
so
value
many
for money.
plants. So yeah. So that's been our garden adventure. It's actually so nice and
And the adventure's not over.
yeah, and you can see like how
Oh yeah,
messy-
we didn't talk about this whole thing. Yeah.
Right, so this structure, it's actually like, so these are pallets from James' office. So they're gonna throw it out. And I was like, no, I think we can make use of it. So James brought it home. Thank you. So 2 pallets and 2 boards. So it's like a raised garden.
Yep,
there.
and also a little shelter and a little gardening hut to put all our stuff in
to
here.
put all our stuff. So yeah, and it's really helpful because in the morning, like all these plants are exposed to the sun like really early, and in the afternoon when the sun is there, some of the lilac provide shade, so some of the plants here do not get scorched by the afternoon sun. So yeah, so it's really good for them. And lastly, so we have another planter here. So actually, what is this? So this is the Dianthus. It didn't flower much. Like for the past month, there's only like 1 and 2 flowers. I don't know why. Probably it doesn't like where it is. But this calendula, it's actually doing very great. So there's a lot of flowers. You look at this, how beautiful the flowers are. And this actually, like, the petals have already fallen, but I think this is where the seeds are gonna form. So we can have more plants next summer. So yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, so that's how our garden has been going 1 month after we started it. And it's a very enjoyable experience. Like, in the morning before I go to work, I water them. I look at the flowers. I admire the flowers. And in the afternoon, when I come back for work, it's the first thing that I see. And it's like, it's very relaxing. So it's very nice. So, if you have some more tips on how to take care of them, especially like the ones that are not doing so well, like the sage, just let us know. And we'll have another video when, I don't know, probably a month from now, or when we have, like, probably when the Brussels sprouts would have its actual sprouts. But yeah, that's it for this episode, and we'll see you again next time.